Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Estate in Paradise. I'm Jessie.
I'm Chelsea.
And today we're going to talk about Puerto Vallarta. So we're going to talk about everything you need to know, whether you're thinking of relocating here, coming to visit. We're talking all things Puerto Vallarta. So let's just jump right into it. Our first topic today, we're going to be talking about safety, right? And really, how safe is Puerto Vallarta? You know, you come to a foreign country and you want to know, am I safe here?
Family-wise, to raise a family, young children.
Right.
For sure.
And Puerto Vallarta is one of those places that is extremely safe. And I think too, because we are a touristic destination, there is a super high level of emphasis put on the sense of security, right?
Of course.
Definitely. And I know in my experience, I can feel totally safe walking back, let's say from a late night dinner with friends. I can walk the streets at 11, 12 at night and still feel totally safe.
Oh, of course. You can get into a taxi at that hour and you know that there's still movement on the street. There's people around. You don't feel that scaredness of you getting a taxi or transportation and that something's going to happen to you. So I think that is a big deal.
Right, exactly. And, you know, I was doing a little bit of research and I saw that Puerto Vallarta actually has significantly lower crime rates than major U.S. cities like New York, Los Angeles, Miami. So I think that that's really important to consider when, you know, you're thinking about moving down here to Mexico and to Puerto Vallarta especially. You know, it's a super safe environment and I gotta say I've never felt unsafe here.
No, of course. No, having young children, I've been able to walk them to school, pick them up walking by myself. Yeah. I've walked to different stores by myself and I never feel like I'm in danger. Yeah. Whereas you might go to another city and you have that in your mind where you're like, okay, I gotta be careful, I gotta hold on to my bag, put your phone away, take off jewelry. You don't feel that vibe in Puerto Vallarta at all, for sure.
Yeah. And especially now in New York, I mean, I've been reading what's going on because as you guys know, I'm from New York. And, you know, it's just like stabbings happening daily on the subways, you know, just all kinds of like murders and, you know, it's really bad right now in New York.
No, for sure.
And I gotta say, I feel so relieved and grateful that I'm here right now because I know my safety is not at risk.
Of course.
And I'm just imagining, like, if I was still in New York, I would be scared for my life just trying to get to work on the subways.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that gives you a peace of mind and calmness to do your day-to-day that you don't have that stress above everything else on life for your safety and your day-to-day things. So I think it is important when you're thinking of where to move tropically or in Mexico, for say, that you need to. I think that's like a big pro when moving to a different country. That's
safety, something you're set. You never have to worry here, which I think is great.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know a lot of other residents can attest to that.
For sure.
So yeah. Well, now let's talk about cost of living, right? That's a huge thing, and I'm sure everyone wants to know about how much is it going to cost me, let's say, per month to live
on a budget or not on a budget. Yeah. And I think we need to kind of go obviously we're going to go on the middle class budget type costs. So basically we took some data from PV or from our own experiences, basically what it costs to live in PV now let's say on a budget. So if you want to do groceries, like what you could do, there's these stores that are called abarrotes, or they're small stores. You in New York,
we would call them delis.
Delis or bodegas. So what they are is they have your meat, cheese, ham, bread, like all your basics. Fruit, exactly.
Refrescos, sodas, or water.
And also some of the other options are La Comer, Walmart, Sam's, Costco, etc. You have like all your big stores as well. So if you're keeping in a budget, roughly it's anywhere between 2,000 to 6,000 pesos per month to keep a stocked kitchen, basically.
And abarrotes, the delis, would be kind of, if you're really looking to save money, that's where you would go grocery shop.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they are on every corner, every street.
Totally.
Like they are not hard to find.
Yeah.
Like if you cannot find one, I don't know where you are.
Exactly. You can always find one.
There's always something.
And La Comer would kind of be maybe like the Whole Foods of Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they have gourmet stuff. They have different kinds of meats that you wouldn't be able to get in other stores. I mean,
Yeah.
they have different salsas,
Yeah.
everything. They
They
have
have an international section too.
Exactly.
So if you're looking to do sushi night, you can get some nice rice paper.
They have
any kind of
everything.
soy sauce. So
For sure. So you definitely do have your options for buying groceries in PV. If you want to keep it cheap or you want to buy something that you're missing from at home, etc., you can definitely find it.
Yeah.
And then for eating out, definitely. I mean, there's the taco stands, torta stands. There's different tacos for in the morning, afternoon, at night. I mean, you can always find street food, or you can eat out. Like there's a restaurant, Sonora Grill, Magdalena.
Yeah, those would be maybe on the
Campo
higher
Mar.
end things.
Yeah, those are nice dining, and you
Yeah.
would probably spend a little bit out of this budget that we would give you, that what it costs to live in
Right.
PV. So roughly for eating out, we were saying about 4,000 pesos per person per month.
Yeah.
So that's with, you could go to tacos in the street in La Cruz.
Yeah.
You could go, what were the other two that you said? The two other names of the taco stands?
Okay, so there's one called Chumberry Tacos, and those are right by the airport, actually. My favorite breakfast tacos, they have, my personal favorite are eggs with cactus. I know it sounds a little crazy for us at home. When I lived in New York and I first came on vacation here and I tried them, I was like, cactus with eggs? Like, how does that work? But they're super, super good. And the other favorite place that my other favorite taco stand for sure is right here in the romantic zone, and it's called Galapagos. Incredible fish tacos. They have tacos de jaiba, which is crab. They have just so many options. Camarones al pastor, so shrimp pastor, which is an incredible taco. You guys should all try it. So a lot of options in terms of taco stands, in terms of other restaurants that you can go out and enjoy.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of good sushi places too.
Oh,
for
yes.
sushi fans.
Yeah, they have a great variety of places you can
Yeah.
eat out, different types of food. They have little boutique restaurants. I just saw a restaurant that's here, I believe it's Playa de los Muertos, that it's like a table, and all around your table it's water. So I'm dying to
so
go
cool.
there. I know, but there's so many cute different restaurants. There's El Cliff, that's up on the mountains. That's like a romantic spot. I mean, there you will not be
Right.
out of choices
Definitely.
ever. No, for sure. And for transportation, I think something for transportation is really important when you are moving to a place, because most people move to a different country or city and they don't have a car.
Right.
So you're like, what are the distances? How am I going to get there? How expensive? How can I fit that into my budget, etc. So bus fare is about 10 pesos. And there is buses from anywhere inland to shoreline to north to south. Like you can get around PV, and they have great transportation.
It's about 10 pesos, right? It's like 50 cents.
Exactly.
Just hop on a bus to get you from one side of the town to the other.
Exactly.
It's really great.
And Ubers, we do have Ubers here in Puerto Vallarta, and honestly, I've never had a complaint about Ubers. Like I know there was a huge talk about the safety with Ubers and everything, blah blah. But I've gone in Ubers in the middle of the night. I've gone in Ubers all since the beginning, and I've never felt unsafe in them. So just adding to the safety thing as well. And usually Uber can go anywhere from 80 plus pesos, depending on the distance, depending on the hour, just like in any city. So it's available and it's not expensive for sure.
No, definitely economical for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And there's also taxi stations that are probably a little bit cheaper depending where you pick them up from.
Yeah, it all depends. I mean, it depends where you're getting the taxi from or where you're getting the Uber from, the distance
sure.
you're going, but it's definitely a lot cheaper than New York, I gotta tell you that. To get like
for
2 blocks,
sure.
it was like $20. I was like, how is this possible? So it's definitely cheaper than New York. And then also, super important thing to keep in mind is Puerto Vallarta is more or less like a walking city.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
for
you
sure.
Totally
I mean,
walk.
we just walked to the coffee shops.
Yeah, exactly.
It took us 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You can basically walk anywhere. I mean,
Bike. A lot of bike paths going up now. As well.
In Nueva Vallarta, they have this whole boulevard of bike sidewalk. I took my kids the other day. I can walk to the store, like we call them the abarrotes, or the convenience store. I used to pick up my kids walking, or we would take our bikes to school. So honestly, I mean, it's definitely friendly for walking or biking. Even I think on some of the main roads, they have bike lanes.
Yeah, they have bike lanes. They're starting to, but they're popping up all over the bike lanes. I think when I got here 3 years ago, there really wasn't. And now they're realizing a lot of people are looking to bike around the city. So they're making it bike friendly, which I think is great. And also, of course, helps with cost of living.
Exactly. And I think in every little community here in PV, like maybe Olas Altas, the downtown area, you have everything close by. And then if you live in Versalles, you got everything close by there. If you live in Nueva Vallarta, you got everything close by.
Yeah.
So I mean, that makes it nice that every little community has your basics that you need.
Convenience services.
Exactly.
It's only really if you're going from one neighborhood to the other that you might want to hop on a bus or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think cost of living is so doable. I mean, there's ways to keep it cheap. There's ways to spend if you want to spend, of course, like anything. Exactly.
From one extreme to the next, they're all doable. So what about cost of renting? Because that's
Cost
a big
of
thing
renting.
too.
Well, since I moved here, I have rented now, I think 6 homes
Wow.
in 6 different areas in PV.
Wow. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've moved a lot in PV.
Yeah.
Just because, you
want to try everything out.
Yeah, you see this house and you're like, oh my God, it's so cheap. Okay, I want to go there now. Or I had another child and so we needed a bigger house. Or because we want to get another dog and so we want the backyard, etc. There's so many options. I've mostly only lived in the Marina of Puerto Vallarta and in Nueva Vallarta. I haven't really ventured out too much.
In my 3 years, I've only lived in one condominium complex called Marina Golf, and it's in Marina Vallarta. And I can't even think about leaving.
Is it 3 bed, 3 bath?
No,
it's 2?
2 bed, 2 bath, and we're paying 18,000
pesos. And you have a view of the marina.
We have a view of the marina, which also includes a beautiful backdrop of the Sierra Madre Mountains. We're overlooking the yachts and the little malecon. So I guess what we would maybe say is like boardwalk, but it's more like a walking path. It's not
like a boardwalk. I mean, you can see all the yachts and the boats, and there's restaurants nearby.
It's great. I love living there.
It's a very central area to be.
Yeah.
So I mean, for 2 bed, 2 bath, you can get it for 18,000, so roughly. And I used to live in Villanova, which is like an engaged community in Nueva Vallarta, and it has the amenities of pool, gym, tennis court, basketball court, playground, dog park, everything. And it was a 3 bed, 3 bath, and I was paying 14,000 pesos.
Okay.
So Marina tends to be a little bit more expensive because it's more in the heart of PV. And then if you go a little bit out to Nueva Vallarta or a little bit more inland, you can definitely find very nice new houses, etc., for a little bit cheaper. Or you could go to like the gated communities like El Tigre, which has the golf course, which is probably one of the most known golf courses around here. It's more exclusive. They have their club, and they have their gym, and they have their Olympic-sized pool, and all that side of thing. You can, definitely. You can find houses for rent there for 80,000 pesos plus. So I'm talking like 5, 6, 7 bedrooms. So I mean, there definitely are options. And I mean,
it all depends on location.
It all depends on location.
And size, of course.
Exactly. I mean, if you are just a couple wanting to move down here and rent, you could find something downtown here. I mean, downtown here, you would probably be paying maybe about...
I would say upwards of 25.
Of 25,000. But if you convert that into US dollars or Canadian dollars, that's less than what somebody would pay in a house in Canada.
Or for a closet in New York.
Exactly. I mean, and you have, in downtown here, right downstairs below all these apartments, you have restaurants, you have stores, you have bars, you have access to the beach.
Within that price that you're paying, like, you're paying a little more, right, to live in this area. But you're also not going to be spending as much on transportation.
Oh no, exactly. That's what I was saying. That each community has like their their specialties. Like maybe you like to go out and eat a lot. Okay, maybe downtown. Or you like to go walk your dogs and bike and be close to the beach, Nueva Vallarta.
Right, exactly.
Or, I mean, the Marina area where you just have everything into your access.
Exactly. And I think something that's really interesting to keep in mind too is that rental prices are completely on the rise. You know, I think
Especially in Nueva Vallarta right now that they're building Vidanta.
Yeah.
I mean, I rented last year for 14,000 and right now it's up to 16,000.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up, which is
great if you're looking to buy.
Exactly,
and
for an
you
investment.
have some return on investment by renting your property out when you're not here year round.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's a great segue now into what it costs to buy, right? So, price points with Puerto Vallarta real estate, of course, all have to do with location and the size of the property you want to buy, right? So I think really to kind of get more of a sense of this, it's good to take a look at some examples of properties that we have currently on the market. So let's say you're looking to invest in a pre-construction opportunity. Pre-construction is great because you get to choose the unit you want. You get a really discounted price because they're still constructing it.
Exactly.
And by the time that they deliver the keys to you, your property value has already increased tenfold. I mean, it's just incredible. And you know that you have a brand new condominium waiting for you by the delivery date. And what's great about pre-construction is, you know, you can rent it out half of the year.
Exactly.
And see an amazing return on investment. So Mar Azul is a great pre-construction opportunity that we have right now in Bucerias. It's a beachfront luxury condominium complex, and it has a million luxury amenities, rooftop pool.
It's beautiful.
Pet shower for if you're walking your dog and you come off the beach and you gotta rinse them off before you come into the house.
I love that.
Yeah, so a lot of perks to Mar Azul living, and those are upwards of $300,000. I mean, for a beachfront condo, that's pretty incredible.
No, for sure. And if you're thinking of something you want to get return on and rent it out, I mean, I think that's a great starter area and place to, if you want, okay, I'm going to buy my first.
Wants to rent in Bucerias. All of the snow.
It is an upcoming, probably one of the most upcoming areas, second to downtown. Nayarit, probably one of the most upcoming. I mean, it's just blooming. Like you turn around and there's another building, or there's another condominium, or there's beachfront something.
It's a great time, I think, to invest in Bucerias. And Mar Azul is amazing because it has a lot of the luxury amenities that you don't really see in other Bucerias condominium complexes.
Yeah, that's so true.
So it's definitely upping the game, and I think it's going to be a big ticket item for those looking to rent.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you're looking to buy in Bucerias, Mar Azul is incredible. There's also Condoches Danset. That's a listing we have right now in Centro North. So right now we're in the romantic zone at one of our offices, and Cinco de Diciembre is a neighborhood just right around the corner from Romantic Zone. It's a little bit more north, maybe 5 minutes more north, heading towards the marina. And that's where you'll have, the Malecón, you have the church. So it's definitely a very lively area as well. You have restaurants, abarrotes, everything you could ever need.
Clubs.
You have
everything.
Exactly. So that is a 2-bed, 2-bath in Cinco de Diciembre. It's tucked a little bit backwards into the mountains, but you do have an amazing ocean view, and that's running at $229,000. So, I mean, that's like a steal. And then, of course, there's a huge rental potential in that for the for the owners.
Of course.
And then, we have a new listing, actually. It's called Vallarta 123. That is a home located in the Marina Vallarta, super exclusive area to live in, very desirable. And that is a 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom, and it's priced at $486,000. So that's like incredible. You can definitely rent that out.
For sure.
If you don't choose to live in there year round, but also if you do choose to live in whatever property you buy year round, you can be sure that by the time you sell it, the property value is going to have skyrocketed
Yeah,
since
of
we bought it.
course. I mean, I was looking at a video the other day about what you can buy for 1.1 million in BC, or just under a million. And the houses I was looking at them, they're going. None of them were new. They were all fixer-uppers. They were 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom, or they were just really small, dark places for $1 million,
Yeah, I know.
where you could be getting
Here, $1 million gets you so far.
so
So
far. I mean,
It
for
gets you a house,
200,
you get
300,
beachfront.
$400,000, you're getting these, like a large house or
All
condos with
modern
a
finishings,
view,
like
or
modern
brand
finishings,
new.
yeah.
Like I think that's incredible.
Yeah, it's really great. The Puerto Vallarta real estate market is, you just get a lot of bang for your buck.
For sure.
Like, it's incredible. And then, of course, we do have our luxury listings. There's one of our featured luxury listings right now is Sonreve. That is listed at $6.5 million. It's over 20,000 square feet, beautiful finishes, very modern, beachfront in San Pancho, located in a gated community, very exclusive. So here, when it comes to the prices of renting and buying real estate in Puerto Vallarta, it all has to do with location
For sure.
and size of the property. And that goes for anywhere too, really.
Yeah.
But here, your dollar goes a long way.
Oh, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I thought that was just insane. I was watching the video and I'm like, how is it that we're selling houses 5 times the size of this for like a third of the price?
Yeah, exactly. It's incredible.
It's incredible.
Right.
Plus, you're in a tropical area, you have access to the beach, or you have access to a pool,
Yeah.
or you have a beautiful view,
Right.
or there's so many pluses
Yeah.
to buying a
I
home
know.
here. I mean, it's just insane.
Exactly. And to jump a little bit more into the lifestyle, we wanted to talk to you guys about the top beaches in Puerto Vallarta, because we have so many beaches. So Chelsea, I know you are an expert at this topic.
I'm not an expert. I got stuck with this topic. Okay.
What are your favorites?
Conchas chinas.
Oh, okay.
So conchas chinas, that would be what, a little bit up
It's like
from here?
Yeah, it's 5 minutes south from the romantic zone.
So a little bit south up that
Yeah.
way. And Jessie was telling me, I mean,
It's like my favorite.
it's her favorite beach, actually.
I can explain it.
Okay.
So Conchas Chinas, it has incredibly easy beach access. It's funny, you actually park on a street called Easy Street.
Oh, that's so funny.
And there's a staircase that takes you down to the Conchas Chinas beach. One of my favorite things, I have a 2-year-old daughter. She doesn't know how to swim yet. So I always tend to be a little on edge when we go to the beach. And I love Conchas Chinas because there are rocks that naturally form these little pools. As the ocean waves come in, they just create little pools within these rocks, and it's super cool. I don't have to worry about Daphne, going too far or anything like that.
Yeah, for
because she
sure.
stays right there, which is great.
Is
So
there a
it's super
restaurant
safe.
on that beach?
Yeah, there's one called El Set.
Mm-hmm.
But it is actually a little bit closer to the beginning of Conchas Chinas. This tends to be, the access that I'm talking about is kind of towards the end.
Okay.
And there's no restaurant there. There are people who have chairs and tables that you can rent for the day. But it's super easy to just stop at an OXXO or any other convenience store and bring whatever you want.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so if you translate the name of the beach, it's called Chinese Shells.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool. I think that's really pretty.
Yeah.
Also, another place I think would probably be Lidiboo, over by Punta Amita area.
Yeah.
They have some beautiful beaches over
Lidiboo
there.
is
Lidiboo is great.
Like white sand, super clear water.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It is definitely beautiful. I mean, that's probably one of a dozen beaches over there that are beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember I went to this one, and you're going on the highway to Punta Amita. There's a gas station right in front. Everybody parks their cars, and then they cross La Lancha.
La Lancha.
That
It's
is
great for surfing. If
great
you're a
for
surfer, that's where you want to go.
And they have beautiful rocks up the side
Oh my
for
God.
pictures and everything.
Well, I did my maternity shoot in Lidiboo, but there's like a beach literally right next to it called Callajeros?
Cañajeros.
Yeah, something like that. And it's incredible. I mean, talk about like beautiful rocks. We did it at the golden hour, so it's like right as the sun is setting.
For sure.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And they all have really nice sunsets over there.
Yeah,
I think probably one of the
exactly.
best sunsets are in Punta de Mita.
for sure.
And then
Yeah.
there's Los Muertos.
Well,
Now, if you want to party, you want to people watch, you want to go to a beach club, you want to go to a
and
restaurant
you wanna
for
be in the heart of it
drinks.
all, that's where you gotta go.
Yeah, Los Muertos for sure. Probably not the best for swimming. Definitely not for young children.
I don't really swim in Los Muertos. I'll go to Conchas Chinas. I'll also go to Punta Negra, which is like a little bit more south. Those are my favorite places to swim, and of course Punta Mita and Laribu are super.
And also, I mean, we're just talking on the shoreline access right here through PV, but then you can get on a little lancha, little boat, and you can go to Quimixto, you can go to, what other places are over there?
Yalapa is
Yalapa,
huge.
Maraica, which is a beach club over there, which is really cool.
That place. That's
Majahuitas.
Majahuitas too. That's the amazing thing about Puerto Vallarta. You can just hop on a water taxi and in 10 minutes you're in a totally different environment.
Exactly.
It's incredible.
No, yeah, for sure. They're I think there's great beaches, and then you can venture out a little bit outside of PV, and you can find Sayulita and all these small little beach towns with amazing beaches. So definitely, if you are looking for beach, you will find something of your liking here.
Exactly.
For sure.
So that is one part of the lifestyle in Puerto Vallarta. Another huge aspect of the lifestyle is the gastronomic experience and culture in PV.
Jesse's passion.
My passion, you can literally find me in Versailles all the time. Versailles is the foodie neighborhood. It has amazing brunch spots, amazing dinner spots, and you know, this goes for fine dining. Whether you're on a budget to fine dining, there are definitely options.
They have a Greek restaurant.
Barrio Bistro, which is really cool. It's kind of like a boutique. Sit in the garden. There's a Raicilla bar right next door. La Tosca is a great Italian place. Puerco de Oro is a taco stand, but not really a stand. It's a taco restaurant and best pork belly tacos you will ever have in your entire life. I'm vegan and I had one and I didn't regret it, so that's a lot. And then Cha, which is my favorite brunch spot, I think.
If you're looking for Jessie, that is where you will find her.
There's also a spot called Miscellanea that is great. If you want to get some work done, just go and have a coffee. I also go there a lot.
What would you compare it to in a neighborhood from New York?
Versailles kind of reminds me of either probably the East Village or Williamsburg.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's hard because it has just such a personality.
Oh yeah, for sure. It has its own Mexican personality, everything.
Yeah. And so there are some really incredible gastronomic opportunities here in PV. And no matter if you're on a budget or you're looking to, spend it all, you totally can.
For sure.
So we did kind of touch about the convenience services that Puerto Vallarta has. We talked about Costco. Who doesn't love Costco? La Comer, which is kind of like the Whole Foods of PV.
Yeah, or like in Canada, I think we would call it more like a Safeway.
A Safeway, yes. Yeah, or like a Stop and Shop.
Exactly.
Like that. So Puerto Vallarta has a lot of the conveniences and luxuries that we're used to in maybe Canada or the US. And I think that being said, that creates a lot of comfort in PV, and you don't feel like, wow, I'm kind of in the boondocks over here. It's like, no, I have everything that I could ever want, and I never feel like, oh, I wish we had this, or I wish we had that.
Or the minute you feel like you need something, all of a sudden it's popping up, and you're like, oh, I was totally thinking I needed that, and now there's a store of it. So, for sure.
Pretty incredible. And we also have a bunch of shopping malls that are great. If you're looking to buy some clothes for your hot date on Friday night, or you're looking for some cozy PJs or a bathing suit, you can definitely find them. We have 3, I think, really big malls that kind of stand out from all the rest.
Yeah.
One would be Galerías. Within Galerías, there is Liverpool. So where's that located? That's kind of near the marina.
It's right in front of where all the cruise ships stop.
Yeah. So you actually get a great view if you want to go to the food court. They have a
Exactly.
little open terrace area. You can go out and enjoy the view. There's also Liverpool, as I was saying. That's kind of a department store.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
mean, you can get
it'd be
anything.
like a Macy's or Nordstrom's.
Yeah, you can get anything from a fridge to slippers for your children. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you can get everything, bedding for your new bed,
Yeah,
a plant,
New bed. If you need a new bed, and you don't have one.
everything. You can,
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably one of the larger department stores.
Yeah.
Then there's like the Isla.
La Isla, which is, talk about luxury shopping. I mean,
You got
like the
Guess.
fine dining and shopping.
Exactly, you got Guess, Forever 21, you
Hugo
got
Boss.
Hugo Boss, Pandora,
Mac,
Birkenstock.
Apple Store.
Exactly,
Yeah,
you got everything
literally
there.
everything.
So, I mean, you're not in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
No.
You're not missing anything at all.
For sure.
In fact, you're living an incredible life, a great lifestyle for way, way less than you would ever pay in the U.S.
And also, something I wanted to talk about is like, we have all these big stores, but also the amount of little boutique stores that we have of handmade bags, jewelries,
Oh, the boutique stores are incredible.
beach dresses, sandals, everything for like a non-expensive lifestyle. Maybe you're not gonna always want to buy a Hugo Boss t-shirt
exactly.
or something. Maybe you're gonna want to have something more handmade or hand selected. The amount of boutique, artisanal,
yeah.
or even just I mean, I have a dozen of friends that have their stores with all of their clothes and everything like that. So honestly, you have the best of both worlds,
Yeah, you
for
can
sure.
shop local, you can shop non-local. The options are pretty much endless here.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really cool because within Cha, that restaurant I was just talking about, there's a store right behind it called Ilo Yamad. And they have really great linen pieces. I mean, I think if you have lived here during the summer, you know that linen is
probably
one
your best
material
friend.
you're gonna need.
Yeah, probably gonna be your best friend.
Exactly. So there are a lot of really cool little fashion boutiques as well that are kind of tucked in there. And once you find them, you're like, okay, I found my spot.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely found one the other day, and I was like, I'll be back.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've been back 10 times now.
Nice. Sounds about right. So I think our convenience services here are pretty incredible and make us feel like we're not missing anything at home. Which is, it's important to know that when you're moving because you're like, oh, well, I can't leave. What about this amazing strudel that I always buy at my supermarket? I can't live without that. Well, you know what? Yes, you can because you're going to find it down here.
Yeah, probably, or even something better.
Yeah. So I think, too, what we need to talk about is the expat community, right? For those who are looking to move down here, what can they expect?
I mean, I grew up basically in an expat community. My parents moved down here about almost 14 years ago. And I'm thinking, where the heck am I going? What is this? I was a teenager in high school and I was like, no. And you move down here and like within a few months, my parents were friends with a dozen other different American, Canadian, French families. And I mean, the community down here just continues to grow.
Yeah.
On the outsides of PV, in PV, they have associations, they have charities, they have different clubs get together, they have golf tournaments, I mean, tennis tournaments, they have everything. And also, they almost like take care of each other. Yeah. Like I know you're a foreign person in a foreign country, and
I got you.
Yeah. They have Facebook groups. I think it's called Everything You Need to Know About PV.
That's a big one.
You got a doubt about something, or you need help with something, you just post it on there, and there's a huge amount of. I think they're like at 60 or 70,000 people on that group.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And there's always somebody that's going to be able to help you out with the doctors, with a vet, navigating.
Anything you need.
Anything. So yeah, I think the community, and also something that's really good and I like a lot about them is they're always giving back to the community. It's not like they're just like gimme. No, like with their associations and their organizations that they do a lot of spay and neuter clinics. They do a lot of fundraising for different underprivileged or orphanages or low-income communities. I mean, yeah, for sure. The expat, you're never gonna feel like you're the only one down here. No, I can. Every time I go to the store or I walk the street or I'm driving, I see 10, 12 different people
Canadians
from
or
Canadians,
US, yeah.
everybody, like, so you're definitely not alone here, and there is a large community.
Yeah.
And if you're looking to be involved in a large
There are
expat
totally
community,
ways to get
there are
involved.
totally ways. I mean, you will have endless things to do.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Definitely.
So yeah,
And
you
I
won't
think
be
too,
alone.
another important note is that the local Mexican people here are so friendly.
For sure.
They're so welcoming. Never once did I ever feel like they didn't want me here or anything. I always felt very welcomed and very cared for by the local people. And I think that's something super important to know when you're thinking about relocating is how are the local people going to respond to my presence? And I'll tell you this, they're going to absolutely love it. They're going to help you out with your Spanish. They're going to try and speak English to you as well. And they're going to be
Sign language, everything.
Yeah, exactly. And
Your point will get across.
Right, and they're going to have a smile on their face the entire time. I mean, the people of Puerto Vallarta, the locals are one of a kind.
Well, Mexican culture is really family based, and they're always really welcoming. And like if you see in like, if you look at a Spanish movie or a Spanish story, it's the grandmother that's inviting the whole entire town to eat this meat or something that she's making. So they're always, family is large down here.
Yeah.
So
And you
everybody's
get
always
that.
welcoming.
You can
Yeah,
sense
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, Puerto Vallarta is definitely a place like no other, and we cannot wait to share it with you all.
Yes.
So we want to thank you guys for listening to us today, and we will see you next time on
Thank
Real
you guys.
Estate in Paradise.
Stay tuned. Bye.